You already have everything you think you're searching for, and the only thing standing between you and it is a thought you keep choosing to think. Stay with me, because later in this video we'll sit together in a short meditation that might be the most useful 2 minutes of your week. Here's the claim we're going to sit with today, and I want to be upfront about how bold it is. Peace, joy, that quiet sense of being fundamentally okay. Those things aren't out there waiting to be earned. They're not on the other side of the promotion, the relationship, the vacation, the finished project. They're already present in you right now. The only reason you can't feel them is that something in your mind keeps quietly denying they're there. That's it. That's the whole idea. Not a character flaw, not a spiritual failing. Just a habit, and habits can be interrupted. If that sounds too simple, or too convenient, I get it. But stay with me, because there's a real difference between something being absent and something being blocked. And that distinction changes where you look for relief. Let me show you what I mean with someone we'll call Maya. It's Sunday evening. Maya is sitting at her kitchen counter. The weekend was good, actually good. She saw a friend. She slept in. She made a meal she was proud of. And yet, sitting there now with a cup of tea going cold in her hands, she can feel it, the low-grade dread of Monday already moving in like weather. There's the project she hasn't finished, the manager who talks over her in meetings, the vague sense that she's somehow behind on something she can't quite name. She opens her phone, scrolls without reading, closes it, opens it again, and underneath all of it is this strange, quiet question: why am I waiting for something? The weekend was fine. Objectively fine. So why does it feel like peace is somewhere just out of reach? Like if she could just fix the project, or the manager, or the schedule, she'd finally exhale. Most of us know this feeling. It's not depression. It's not even really anxiety. It's the ambient sense that okayness lives somewhere in the future, contingent on something we haven't handled yet. And so we scan our lives constantly for the thing that will finally let us relax. Here's what I want to name for you: that scanning is the whole problem. Not the project. Not the manager. The scanning itself. Imagine a room flooded with sunlight. Every window is covered with a blackout curtain. Thick, heavy, the kind hotels use. Inside the room, it's dark. You can barely see your hands. So what do? You rearrange the furniture. You move the couch, thinking maybe it's blocking something. You buy better lamps. You try a different chair. You blame the room. Maybe the room is just dark, you think. Maybe some rooms are like that. And meanwhile, the sun is right there, pressing against the fabric. It never left. It was never the problem. This is what your mind is doing. The sunlight is that fundamental okayness we were talking about, the peace, the ease, the sense that you're already whole. The curtains are the thoughts your mind keeps pulling shut without you noticing. Thoughts like, I'll relax when this is done. I'll be okay when they respect me. I'll feel better when Monday is over. Each one is a curtain. Each one blocks what's already there. There's a word for this pattern. And it's not a mean word. It's just accurate. Denial. Not denial in the dramatic sense, not lying to yourself about something huge. Denial in the quiet sense. The mind's habit of refusing to see what's already available, not because you're broken. Because that's what minds do when they've been trained by years of striving. Here's where something interesting can happen, and I want you to feel this rather than just understand it. Most of us, when we feel that Sunday night dread, immediately start problem solving out there. Fix the project. Prepare for the meeting. Draft the email. Change the job. And sometimes those things need doing. I'm not telling you to abandon your responsibilities. But notice, even when you handle the thing, another thing shows up. There's always another curtain. The relief never quite arrives, or it arrives briefly and then evaporates. What if, just as an experiment, the next time you feel that ambient reach for peace, you didn't look out there? What if you looked at the reaching itself? Because the reaching is the curtain. The reaching is your mind quietly saying, what you're looking for is not here. It's somewhere else. Keep searching, and the moment you notice the reaching, really notice it. Not judge it. Just see it. Something loosens. It's subtle. It might feel like your shoulders dropping half an inch. It might feel like a breath you didn't know you were holding. It's not fireworks. It's more like the quiet you feel when a fan you didn't realize was on suddenly turns off. That's the curtain moving. This doesn't only happen on Sunday nights. It happens everywhere. Once you start looking, it happens in the middle of a meeting where you feel yourself performing. There's a curtain there, the thought that you have to earn your place in the room. You can notice it. You don't have to yank it open, just notice. It happens in a conversation with your partner that's going sideways. When you feel the familiar tightening in your chest. There's a curtain, some thought like they need to see it my way before I can feel okay. Notice. It happens at 6 p.m. when you walk into your kitchen and feel the weight of everything you didn't get done. Curtain. Notice. You're not trying to fix these moments. You're not trying to feel good. You're just doing one very small thing, interrupting the assumption that peace is somewhere you haven't arrived yet. And here's what tends to happen. Over time, with this practice, the exhausting search for okayness starts to quiet down. Not because life gets easier, not because your manager gets kinder or your project finishes itself, but because you stop treating your own mind as the enemy holding something back from you. The relief we're pointing to isn't euphoria. It isn't some spiritual high. It's much more ordinary than that, and much more valuable. It's the relief of no longer fighting, the relief of not having to earn a state you already have access to, the relief of realizing that Sunday night is just Sunday night, that there's no inner emergency to solve, no okayness to chase, no curtain that has to be violently ripped away. You just reach out, quietly, and move it aside. Maya doesn't need her manager to change. She doesn't need the project done. She doesn't need Monday to be different. She needs, in this moment, to notice that she's been sitting at her kitchen counter waiting for permission to feel okay, and to see that the permission was never coming from out there. What we're going to do next is very simple. We're going to sit together for a couple of minutes and let some of this land in the body rather than the head. You don't have to believe anything. You don't have to do anything well. You just have to be here, in the room, with the light that's already on. If you're finding value here, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. And now, let's shift into a quiet guided meditation together. Let's take a couple of minutes together. Find a way of sitting that lets your body settle. Nothing dramatic. Just a little more comfortable than you were a moment ago. Let your eyes close, if that feels okay, or let them soften on a spot in front of you. Notice the breath, not changing it. Just noticing that it's already happening. It has been all day, without your help. Feel the weight of your body where it meets the chair, the floor, whatever is holding you. Now, gently, notice if there's any reaching happening in your mind, any low hum of waiting for something, any quiet scanning for what needs to be fixed before you can rest. You don't have to stop it. Just see it. And remember the room, the sunlight that never actually went anywhere, the curtain that only feels heavy until you touch it. You don't have to pull it open. You don't have to do anything at all. Just notice that whatever you've been reaching for might already be here. In this breath. In the quiet space behind your thoughts. In the simple fact that you are, right now, alive and breathing and okay enough to be sitting here. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your jaw soften. Nothing to earn in this moment. Nothing to prove. Nothing to finish before you're allowed to be here. Rest for a few breaths in that. If a thought comes, about tomorrow, about the project, about someone you're waiting to hear from, let it come. Let it pass. It doesn't need you to chase it. Stay here a little longer, in the light that was always on. And when you're ready, let your eyes open. Come back to the room. Bring some of this quiet with you into whatever comes next. Thank you for being here and practicing together. If you'd like, you can find a free digital ACIM resource in the description. And if you want to mark the moment, a simple comment such as, "I am grateful," is welcome. Thank you for being here, and for giving yourself these few minutes. Whatever you noticed today, or didn't notice, is fine. This isn't something you master in one sitting. It's something you remember, again and again, in small moments. Be gentle with yourself this week. The light hasn't gone anywhere. I'll see you next time.